Welcome trainers, Watts here. So today we are back. This channel is alive again because VGC18 has been announced. We know the rules. We know almost every single Pokemon that's going to be included except for any new additions in Ultra Sun and Moon. So we can get to work, team building, theory crafting, experimenting, battling, like all that good stuff. So that is exactly what we're going to do. And if you want to see my full, like a very long discussion video where I relay my opinions about VGC18, about like every single aspect of it. If you want to see a video like that where I'm talking about my opinions on the format, then please smash the like button. Let's get this video to 50 million likes, and then I will make that video if we get to 50 million likes. Because I don't want to make a 30-minute video. Anyway, but I do want to tell you, I do want y'all to know my opinions on the format. So a brief example of my opinions is I think this format is exciting. I like new formats just in general. I like when games change. So like, do I think this format's better than 2017? No. For multiple reasons that I won't get into now. But I'm so excited that it's so different from VGC17 because I really get sick of a format after a while, and so I like the change. So I am excited about playing Pokemon again. I am excited about going to tournaments again, and I am going to be battling again. I am going to be discussing strategies with other players. I'm going to be doing a Team Talk series where this is the first episode in that series. We are going to be looking at a team I built just with me alone, but I'm going to be bringing on Moxie boosted, Battling Bailey, a bunch of other people to come in and talk about a team that they're cooking up for the new format, and just really get a discussion going about different strategies, different ideas of the new format. So let's get into this team I have here. This team is built around a Fire, Grass, Water core that is, in my opinion, very strong. We're starting out with the signature Tapu Fini Kartana duo. So they are a seriously powerful duo because Water Grass is insane together as a type coverage, and Fairy Steel is insane together as a type coverage. So the fact that they both have each of those is super good for team building. It's like such a good central piece to start on. So that's why they're on teams together a lot of the times. And then a new friend coming in through availability of National Dex Pokemon is Rotom. Rotom Heat is a great Pokemon that we've seen in VGC 2014, 2015. A lot of this format is very, very similar to 2015. So if you ever have questions about this format, refer to 2015. You'll get a lot of information from there because this format is very similar to that. It's essentially the same, just not Gen 7 Pokemon, and then they have some legendaries that we might not have. So another thing I want to say, I want to preface this about this team, is I am not going to include any moves that we may or may not have access to. So new move tutor moves that may or may not be Ultra Sun and Moon, I'm not going to include those at all because we might not have them for this format. And then I will not be including any legendaries that we don't 100% have access to. So no Zapdos or like genies or like anything, dogs, like anything. None of that, even though it's pretty probable considering the recent trailer that we will be getting a certain amount of legendaries, but since we don't know which ones, or maybe it'll be all of them, maybe it'll only be some, since we just don't know, I'm not going to worry about that right now. So we're just going to build I built this team based on this core that I think is just like a standard, really solid team based on the knowledge that we know right now. So, yeah, let's just get into it. So, we have a Rotom Heat here. This Rotom Heat has Overheat, Thunderbolt, Will-O-Wisp, Protect, very standard set of moves with a Citrus Berry. Super, super standard Rotom Heat, just a good Pokemon to support your team and dish out damage. Really nice Pokemon. Amazing typing, only weak to rock and water, and it's going to have a plethora of resistances. So Rotom Heat, just great Pokemon, good stats. We're not going to get too much into the EVs, but this is a spread that I picked up from a player who had been playing in VGC 2015. I used this spread back in 2015. It is a pretty good spread. It's low on the offense side and just bulks him up, but also allows him to still dish out damage. So pretty decent spread there, but I'm not going to be focusing too much on the EV, since without knowing the meta, you can't really have a very good EV spread for a Pokemon unless it's just a strictly offensive, like 252 attack, 252 speed type mon, where it doesn't matter based on the format. Alright, so that's Rotom. Tapu Fini, we have a very standard choice specs. Tapu Fini here, feel free to run whatever Tapu Fini you want. If we had access to Icy Wind, which we might have an Icy Wind tutor, I would put Icy Wind on this Tapu Fini, because this team is extremely good, except the only thing it lacks is speed control. So I would 100% take off the specs, put on Icy Wind, and like change this Fini around a bit if we had access to that. As of now, we're just keeping it super offensive. Kartana, Sulfest variant, you can run Focus Sash. This is just like a super standard Kartana. EVs I'm just not even paying attention to right now, and yeah, this moveset is strictly correct for an Assault Vest Kartana because it is the only possible moveset that utilizes both stab coverages and can hit every single Pokemon in the entire game for neutral damage. Mega Salamence. Mega Salamence, in my opinion, is like second to third best Mega right now. Although we do not know if it has access to Tailwind or Hyper Voice, which are going to be key moves for it going forward. So while we don't have all the information, I still think it's like top 2, top 3 even without those, while those do make it a lot better. If it does gain access to Tailwind, I will 100% put Tailwind on this Pokemon. I think if Salamence gets Tailwind, this team with a Tailwind Salamence will become extremely strong. And also, obviously, if there were like other legendaries available and stuff like that, I would probably switch this team around a bit, because Zapdos seems really strong. But yeah, so this Salamence, obviously rocking Intimidate before Megating. We're running Double Edge, Aerialated, Dragon Dance, Draco Meteor Protect is a pretty standard mixed attacking Salamence set. So it's just rocking standard 252 variant. This is actually supposed to be Timid. Okay, not Timid, Jolly. Wait, not Jolly. There we go. Whatever. Knight. Wait, was it already Knight? Whatever. That's what it's supposed to be. So moving forward into the metagame, once we know what the threats are, all this type of stuff, I will definitely switch this around. Like, I mean, right now you can actually calc to see like how you can survive a Tapu Koko Thunderbolt, although I don't think you can, because its HP and special defense are too low. So like, you'd have to invest a fuck ton to survive that. But anyway, if you wanted to like calc for some stuff you just know is going to be a threat, you can do that, but without knowing the full meta, and like it's hard to calc for stuff right now, and so just going a standard 252 variant is like, it's whatever. So yeah, so that's Salamence. Great Mega. All of the Megas who Intimidate and then Mega Evolve are good. Mawile's good, Salamence is good, Gyarados is good. Is that it? I think there might be one more, but there's a lot of them. So all these Megas, super good. You get that Intimidate. You don't even have to Mega Evolve if we want to just switch out, go to a new one, because now the way with speed works, when you Mega Evolve, you immediately gain the speed for that turn, so you can just keep it unmega'd for a while, whereas before you would usually want to Mega like almost as quickly as possible to gain speed boosts. But now, you don't have to worry about that. So Salamence, super fast mon, 120 speed. And going to be doing a ton of damage. Amazing Mega Evolution. Very good. Even with the nerf. Obviously there was the nerf to Aerial, but still great one. Aegislash is crazy in this format, guys. I'm telling you first. Aegislash is the Pokemon that benefits from Z moves, possibly the best out of any. It's insane how much offensive and defensive prowess Aegislash has. And this is a Pokemon that is going to change the format so much. We gained access to National Dex, and this is the most crucial Pokemon that we gained access to. So Aegislash, nobody needs to hear that it's insane. Everybody knows it's an amazing Pokemon. It's very skillful. You can trick your opponents. Mind Game, one of the most mechanically intensive Pokemon in the game. But even without even without trying to outplay your opponent with it, just attack, King Shield, every single turn, it's still so good because look at these stats. It's essentially 150 defense, 150 special defense, 150 special attack, 150 attack. It's just absolutely insane. Like, this mon is crazy. So, as for the moveset, we're rocking the Ghost DMZ. You can run like Steel EMZ, but I think Ghost DMZ is better because Ghost just hits more things for neutral. So you're usually going to want to Z-move that. You will blow shit up with the Z-move. It's insane. Shadow Ball, we're rocking special variant to avoid all the Intimidators running around. There's going to be so many in this format, guys. So Shadow Ball, Flash Cannon, King Shield, Wide Guard. So Wide Guard's great. Puts you in defense mode, and it can catch some people off guard. It can block out Hyper Voices from Salamence if that's a thing, and Muddy Waters from Top of Finny, etc., etc., etc. So much good stuff to do with Wide Guard. But the move slot is available to other options if you want to run Substitute or Sword Dance, whatever else. We're running King Shield, Flash Cannon, Shadow Ball. I already said that. King Shield's obvious. You have to run it. It's insane. And yeah, just very good offensive moves. And moving on to EVs, this is a very standard EV set that was used for the majority of VGC 2014, I think is the format where I used the shit out of this. It might have been 15, I don't know, one of the two. But 252 HP, 252 special attack, and a quiet nature, with this 4 being wherever you want in either defense or special defense, and then you usually want to underspeed opposing Aegis Slashes, because if you overspeed the Aegis Slash, you are going to throw out your Shadow Ball first. They are going to tank the hit in defense form, not die, and then hit you with the Shadow Ball. You're going to be in offense form, and you're going to die. So you want to be the Aegis Slash that moves slower. So I don't just stop the quiet nature. I drop down from 31 IVs to 29 to make it slower than most Aegis Slashes. If people start doing this consistently, you can drop down even lower. But as of right now, you want it to be, you don't want to just go all the way down to 0 speed IVs, because then you'll be outspeeding stuff in Trick Room. And if Trick Room's up, you still want to be slower. You don't with Aegis Slash, you never want to be the fastest thing on the field. And so if you plan to play against a lot of Trick Room, don't drop this IVs to 0. If you don't care about your Trick Room matchup, just go straight down to 0 and make it as slow as possible, as to not outspeed anything. Because 50 defense, 50 special defense is abysmal. Anyway, Aegis Slash. Doesn't really need to be much more said about this mod. Everybody knows how good it is. So then we're moving on to the big mommy, Kangaskhan. She is back, guys. Yes, she was nerfed. The nerf hit pretty hard. She's not going to be the only mega you can use now, but the Salamence would be indisputably the best mega if he also wasn't nerfed, but he was nerfed. So they dropped the power level, all those down. Kangaskhan is still most likely the best mega, even with the nerf. If you look on BattleSpot Double's usage statistics, he's number 4 right now, the top mega choice. So yeah, I keep saying he. She is the top mega choice right now on BattleSpot Doubles. She is here to stay. She is amazing. There's a super baseline, boring EV spread. This will 100% change as time goes on, based on how much attack we need to kill stuff, how much defense we need to survive stuff, but yada yada. Fake Out, Protect, Sucker Punch, Double Edge, super standard. This is going to be like the most common moveset you see. We don't have Power Punch anymore. We don't have Low Kick anymore. There's not much variations you can do with a Kangaskhan. It's like some might be Jolly Crunchers, and some might be might swap out Protect for something else. Or like usually in 2014, the way it was is you would run Fake Out or Protect, and then the 3 other slots would be like standard stuff. But like, yeah, I guess you could run like Facade over one of these. But honestly, I ran Fake Out Protect Kangaskhan in 2014. I think it's impeccably good. People didn't expect it back then. You would Fake Out turn 1, and then you would Protect, and they would double up into you, expecting there to not be a Protect. So yeah, it caught so many people off guard. It was so good. And I had to sacrifice Power Up Punch to be able to do that, and that was really sucky. But now that we don't have Power Punch, I'm like, okay, we'll definitely just run Fake Out Protect. It's so good. So yeah, and then Sucker Punch is still great. That 10 damage reduction does hurt Kangaskhan, which is a good thing, but Sucker Punch is still, you gotta run it for that priority. It's still 1.3 times on top of the 70 power for a priority move, which is really good. So yeah, Kangaskhan, the monster. I do want to mention that I think Metagross is insane right now. So much damage. This is the most powerful Mega in terms of how much damage it's going to be dealing, and its speed is now great. So and it gains access to Hammer Arm, so it's kind of a Kangaskhan counter now. Whereas before you would have to Mega Protect and your Kangaskhan could just like start going wild by then. Your opponent could Tailwind before then. But now the Kangaskhan has to respect that Metagross. So I do want to mention I think Metagross is great right now. But that said, this team is still the team I think is like just super standard like good mons, and this is a team I think in different variations in some form or another you're going to see a lot of this. You're going to see a lot of these Pokemon at least. So yeah, that is the team that I've built as my first team of the format. I think it's pretty fun, it's pretty cool, it's super straightforward. But let's go ahead and look at the type resistances of this team. So this is going to be an absurdly well-rounded typed team. Because basically what we've done is we've added a Dragon Steel Fairy Core and a Water Grass Fire Core at almost no effort. It was just like, oh okay, Salamence is great. Oh okay, Tapu Fini is great. Oh okay, Kartana is great. Oh, add a Fire type. Oh okay, we have the double core. So the type resistance of this team is impeccable. This team can switch around all day, taking no damage as long as you have your stuff lined up right. So this is just looking at this, it's like, oh my gosh, like it is not bad in any area whatsoever, and it's only got 2 times weaknesses to 2 different types, guys. So this is a 2 times fighting weakness, but oh look, an immunity and 2 half resistances, and then this slight rock issue, but we have 2 resistances to that. It's like, wow, this is like crazy. And 2 ground immunities, which is always great. 2 poison immunities, like if they try to throw anything at Tapu Fini, like, okay, no. We're switching to Aegislash, we're switching to Kartana, like, it's so good. Being able to run 2 steel types and not have a damper on your what you're weak to is insane, because like normally when you run 2 steel types, it's like, oh, you have fire issues, you have ground issues, or whatever. But not here, because Kartana and Aegislash just complement each other so well. I remember running Ferrothorn and Aegislash back in 2014, and that was great because it's the same type. Because they while they're both steel, they cover each other's bases really nicely, based on their second typing. So crazy types here. Like this is switch heaven for this team. It's going to be really hard to deal super effective damage to this team. Now looking at the offensive type coverage, it's not nearly as good. So that's where it lacks it. It lacks in speed control, and it lacks in offensive type coverage. So it doesn't have a single rocket type attack, which is sad, because it's like Mega Charizard Watt. That's obviously going to be same play. And then there's might be some Talonflames running around, might be some whatever else. Like Rock is just a great typing to have offensively. So it doesn't have that. But that said, it does have enough to where it's going to be hitting almost any Pokemon in the game for super in one way or another. It's got 2 different steel type attack. While there's no ground, which does suck as well, because Tapu Koko, there's 2 different steel type attacks So yeah, but no poison as well, which is a really big issue. No poison or ground. But Tapu Koko is like a huge threat to this team, that's for sure. But it has ways to get around it. But yeah, that is like one of the weaknesses of this team. So this team is definitely not without weaknesses, that's for sure. But yeah, as for the offensive type coverage, it's like actually pretty good, but it is an area where the team lacks. Yeah, that is going to be pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said before, smash that like button if you want to see my opinions on the new format in a different video. I'm going to be doing more of this series, so also leave a like button and leave a like and a comment if you want to see more of this series, because I think it's going to be really fun. Make sure to comment down below if you want to see more battles from me. Make sure to go follow me on Twitter and tweet at me, hey, I want to see this, I want to see this, so I know what you guys want to see. Anything VGC18 related, just let me know. I'll do battles, I'll do Let's Play Levels for Sun and Moon, I'll do team analysis, I'll do whatever you guys want to see. So just tweet at me or comment and we'll get that rolling. So yeah, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for future uploads and hit that like button like I said. Thanks. Peace.